Hello traders, this is Greg from Master Trader. I wanted to go over a pattern. Probably a lot of you are familiar with it. It's called a head and shoulders top. That's been playing out in different markets and stocks. I've got Apple Computer up here, and you can see the head and shoulders pattern and the lower right shoulder. So one of the aspects of the lower right shoulder concepts is that it couldn't even reach what we call an area of minor resistance. It got close, but didn't quite get there. And when we talk about retracement concepts, we measure from one point to another, nothing to do with Fibonacci. It's just an eyeball thing that, look, the further it retraces up there, the more powerful the rally. The least amount it can retrace, the weaker. Common sense. So now we've got the lower right shoulder. Today, gapped down below the low of a green bar. It didn't go that far to the downside. So we're going to see how this follows through, or the lack thereof, tomorrow. But this is what's called the neckline, where it created these pivots here. And this created an area of support. This retested it, and buyers showed up again. We call looking to the left to see where there's some support. This rally now, coming back down to these lows, if this should gap down tomorrow and closing at that low, could suggest that happening. The least thing we'd want to see from the bearish point of view is a gap above the high. But gapping down to that low, I suspect buyers will show up. Now, what to watch intraday would be, does it go sideways for maybe the first 30 minutes or so? And if it does, that would open up the door to moving lower. Notice the 50 MA, the green line, is lined up with these pivots. So you've got an institutional focal point, the 50 MA, as well as support lined up with those areas. So it's going to be an important day tomorrow to see whether this holds or not. And if it doesn't, odds are we're going to see the broader markets going lower. And we see the pattern playing out in different stocks as well, to different degrees. So Facebook, which has been weaker than Apple, but you can still see the head and shoulders type of a pattern, and this one already broke. So it poked under it last week, rallied up, now it's moving lower, opens the door to moving down. I think to this 300 area, it's a whole number. There's nothing to the left to stop it, so that looks like it'll go lower. And if we look at the spiders, SPY, the ETF, we see a similar pattern playing out here as well. The neckline is much lower, so that moving down here, that's going to be an area to watch. That comes down here, looks like it should get there this week based on this pattern, and then we'll see what happens there. So we got a lot of head and shoulders patterns playing out. This looks like it could continue to go lower, possibly down here over time. We'll be watching for that. Join us for the pre-market updates. We'll update that each morning at 9 o'clock here on